My name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani. Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for GRE. We have been solving GRE math problems out of this book here, The Official Guide to the Revised GRE, the second edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 244. Please turn to it. Page number 244, and today is our lesson number 355. These problems that you see there on page number 244 are the exact same problems that appeared in the first edition of the revised GRE. We have already solved every single problem from this book. If you are interested in watching the original solution, you will find the original solution on day number 148. Let's take a look at it. We'll do problem number 12 first. Problem number 12 says, a theater sells children's ticket for half the adult ticket price. Alright, so we know the price of children's ticket. Price of, this is number 12. Price of children's ticket is half the price of adult ticket, which of course can be written in a very simple algebraic equation. Let's use C to represent the price of children's ticket. C for the price of children's ticket, which we are told is half of means times adult ticket. Let's use letter A to represent adult ticket. So price of children's ticket is half of the adult ticket, or if you like, we can multiply both sides by 2, and we find that the price of adult ticket is 2 times children's ticket. That's all. Adult ticket costs twice as much as children's tickets, obviously. They go on to tell us that 5 adult tickets and 8 children's tickets were bought for a sum of $27. All right. So 5 adult ticket plus 8 children's ticket were bought for a total of $27. And the question simply is, what's the price of adult ticket? In other words, we have to solve for A. Well, we know A equals 2 C's. We see 8C here. If 1A equals 2C, 8C must be 4A. 4A plus 5A is 27. 4A plus 5A is 9A equals 27. So the adult ticket costs $3. And of course, if adult tickets cost $3, the children ticket must cost half of it, which is $1.50. Now if you like, we can actually quickly verify our answer just to make sure that we did not make a boo-boo. Let's quickly verify it. Let's do it. Where do we want to do verification? Let's verify it right here. This is the equation that it has to work out at $27. So 5 times A, and we are claiming that A is $3. So 5 times 3 plus 8 times 3, C, 8 times C, C we are claiming is $1.50, which is 3/2 of a dollar. 8 divided by 2 is 4, 5 times 3 is 15, 4 times 3 is 12, and that does equal to $27, just like it's supposed to. So that's our verification, that's our peace of mind that our answer is in fact correct. We did not make a boo-boo. Let's move on to the next one, problem number 13, shall we? Problem number 13. Problem number 13 is already on the blackboard. In problem number 13, the entire problem is dealing with the concept of simple interest. And in problem number 13, if you read the problem 13 to yourself carefully, it says that Pat invested a total of $3,000. A total of $3,000 was invested. Part of the money was invested in a money market account that paid 10% simple interest. Part of it was invested at 10% simple interest. The remainder of the money was invested in a fund that paid 8% simple interest. The rest was invested at 8%. Question is, if the interest earned at the end of the first year from these investments was $256, if the total return was $256 from both of these investments together, question is, how much did Pat invest at 10%, and how much did he invest at 8%? How much did he invest at 10%, and the rest, of course, he invested at 8%. Let's find out, shall we? So here's our solution. Let the amount invested at 10% be $t, which seems logical. T for $10, or T for 10%. Let that be $t. This implies that the amount invested at 8% must be whatever is left over. We have a total of $3,000. We have a total of $3,000 total. Well, if you invest $t at 10%, the leftover is 3,000 minus whatever you invested at 10%. 3,000 minus t. And we also know that our total return, we are told that the total return is 256. So 256 has to equal 10%, has to equal 10% of this amount, t, plus 8% of this amount, 3,000 minus t. That is our equation. We need to continue here. We're going to continue this on the top. $10% of t plus 8% of 3,000 minus t. Let's do it on the top. So this 256. 10% can be written as 10 over 100 times t, plus 8% can be written as 8 over 100. 8 over 100 times 3,000 minus t. Let's pick it up here. This is what we're looking at. 256 equals 10 over 100 times t plus 8 over 100 times 3,000 minus t. I don't like it the way it looks. I do not like it at all, the way it looks. $256 equals 8 over 100. Oh, sorry. 10 over 100 times t plus 8 over 100 times 3,000 minus t. Let's multiply this entire equation by 100. If we multiply the entire equation by 100, we'll end up here with 256 times 100, and this amount multiplied by 100, this amount multiplied by 100, 100 is going to cancel out, and we'll end up with 10t. Here times 100, 100 is going to cancel out, and we'll end up with 8 times 3,000 minus t. Let's continue then. $256 times 100 is just 25,600, which equals 10t plus 8 times 3,000 is 24,000. 8 times negative t is going to be negative 8. And we end up with 10t plus 8t is equal to 2t plus 24,000 equals 25,600. Let's subtract 24,000 from both sides. cancel out, and we'll end up with 2t equals 25,600 minus 24,000, which is 1,600. Divide both sides by 2, and we find that t equals 800. What we're claiming is that the amount of money that was invested at 10% is 800. Well, if the money that was invested at 10% was 800, then the amount of money that was invested at 8% must have been whatever was left over from 3,000, which is 2,200. Let's verify our answer, shall we? Let's verify our answer. Why should we verify it? Let's do it here. Let's do the verification right here. Remember, it has to come up to 256. The total return has to come up to 256. So we are claiming that we invested $800 at 10%. 10%, this is the verify. 10% of 800 is 80. 10% of 800 is 80. Now we have to figure out 8% of 3,200. 8% of, no, not 3,200. 2,200, because we only had $3,000 to begin with, not 4,000. I misremembered. It's $3,000, so once you subtract 800, we are left with $2,200. 8% of $2,200, how much is it? How do I know? Let's find out, shall we? 22 times 8, 8 to the 16, carry 1. Again, 16 plus 1 is 17. It's $176. It's $176. Why? Because technically what it is 2,200, and technically what it is this is 8%, which should be written as 0.08. And if we do that, we'll end up with 2 more zeros, and then with 0.08 we move the decimal here. It's 176. And when we add them up, it better add up to what the problem tells us it should add up to. The total return the problem tells us was $256. Let's see what we get here. 6, 8 plus 7 is 5, carry 1. Oh, what do you know? $256, which means our answer is correct. We invested $800 at 10%, $2,200 at 8%. That was it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.